Welcome back to Transcriber from Reddit. Today's topic comes from the subreddit exLutheran, posted by user Tito Totino. The title reads, parentheses, RANT, in all caps, and parentheses, the worst person I have ever met. How much is him and how much is WELS? Question mark. Below that reads, disclaimer, I am not Lutheran myself, but have deep family connections to rural Wisconsin and hardcore Dutch Reformed theology, which is so similar to hardcore Lutheranism that both sides do amazing mental gymnastics to emphasize their differences. I have known Mr. X online for over a decade, and long before I knew what WELS was, I knew he was the single most infuriating individual I have encountered in my time on this earth. Now, with a deeper understanding of his sterile, clannish, inflexible, humble-bragging denomination and the frightening family environment he was likely raised in, I wonder which of his horrid qualities are innate, which may have been naturally amplified by WELS culture and theology, and which may have been imposed on him from without. First point, pathological aversion to admitting errors. Simply put, the man would rather hit himself in the crotch with a hammer than admit he is wrong about anything, ever. He has honestly tried to pass off simple spelling errors, parentheses, quote, slight, S-L-I-G-H-T, for S-L-E-I-G-H-T, in parentheses, etc. Sorry, that was end quotations, now in parentheses. As intentional, quote, clever wordplay, end quote. When he finally realizes his position is indefensible, or he's caught flat out contradicting himself, he will change the subject and demand his opponent, parentheses, because all conversations with him invariably descend into conflict, and parentheses, respond to a series of loaded questions before continuing. Second point, gaslighting. He not only knows more than you, he knows you better than you do. People will clearly and reasonably explain their positions and motivations to him, and he will immediately respond by telling them what they really is in italicized words, think. What's worse, he will do this while repeating the WELS party line about, quote, not presuming to judge others' hearts, end quote. Others' minds and feelings, though, are apparently fair game. Third point, quote, as a small business owner, ... end quote. Dostoevsky, spelled Dostoyevsky, wrote a wonderful passage about a man of slightly above average intellect who, lacking the courage to truly pursue success, remained in his comfortable small-town existence and pretended his domestic responsibilities were what kept him from fulfilling his youthful potential. This is our man to a T, a grown-up, quote, gifted kid, end quote, who, despite accomplishing nothing more remarkable than owning a C-tier franchise fast food restaurant, holds himself as an expert on economics, psychology, theology, civics, and basically everything, as long as there's not a male, WELS-affiliated subject expert in the room. To use his words, quote, conservative common sense is better than liberal expertise, end quote. All right, and just so I'm aware, 1, 2. Fourth and final point, binary thinking. Ambiguity seems to make him physically uncomfortable. His world is black and white, good and evil, conservative and liberal, ones and zeros. For any given problem, there is one and only one. Those 3 words are in italics. Correct, conservative, biblically sound, synod-approved answer, and infinite wrong ones. This leads him to cheerlead the, quote, good, end quote, side of events that don't really have one, such as a homeowner shooting a drunk teenager hiding on his porch after fleeing a party that got busted. Quote, 2 frightened people make 2 bad decisions. 1 dead, 1 traumatized by the act of killing, end quote, doesn't compute in Mr. X's worldview. So he takes the stance, quote, brave homeowner defends his family from criminal scum, deserves medal and parade, end quote. Thanks in advance for your thoughts, and apologies if this post isn't appropriate for the sub. There are 5 comments total to this post as of me reading it. Granted, the post was made over 2 years ago, so I don't expect any new comments to be posted right this instant. I would say I'll read a couple. I do apologize for the little where I'm breaking up here, because I'm doing this as a quick live read before I end my break. User, why yes, I am a robot. Comments, you've just described toxic masculinity. It is heavily cultivated by, parentheses, but not limited to, end parentheses, Lutheranism. Then there was a deleted, removed comment to that post. And then in response to deleted's removed post, user redleg1775 says, I was going to say that post accurately described personality characteristics I observed in way is in all caps, too many WELS ministers. I agree, OP. Sorry, I agree, user redleg1775 and OP. It's crazy just how many ministers think that they have the right and authority, especially spiritual authority, to go and bully everyone in their immediate surroundings, especially if they are dedicated and devoted WELS members. People, if you meet anyone who has characteristics like this, keep an eye on them, but don't become close friends with this kind of person. This kind of person will probably either be a narcissistic personality and is waiting to explode in your face as the bad friend who rejects you for a one-night stand, later to be posted in Am I the Asshole subreddit, or he is just going to make you doubt your self-worth every time you're with him. He is not interested in actual conversation or possibly learning something. Why would he, when he already knows everything? That concludes today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.